Hello guys, in this video I will talk about how we should configure extent report for your Selenium project, okay, and what are the dependency we need to add in the pom.xml. So as we know that extent report is used to generate very nice HTML report, and it also generates the graphical representations of your report. So to do that, in your pom.xml, whatever Selenium project you have, okay, we need to add one dependency. So in Google you just write extend report maven dependency, you go for 3.00, which is the latest one. So and then here you go for extend reports, so you go for 3.1.5, you always go one below. So I'll go for 3.1.5, copy this and we'll place it here. Okay, so once this is done, once we have added this dependency in the project, what you need to do that is you need to do right click, run as maven install. So this will download the dependency from the Google, and once this is done, then you do right click on the project, go to the maven update project, click on force update and click on OK. So this will your update the project. Like one you have done till here, your project is ready to use the extent report. Then what we will do is in the src main java, we will create one class. Okay, so let me create one class called extent uh, report. Okay, so we'll create extent report class, and here we will see that how we will generate the extent report. So once this class gets created, what we have to do that is in this class, first we will just use the testng concepts, and I will just write public void before class. Okay, and here we have to use before class annotations of the testng, and once you write that, we need to import also. So just place mouse over there and click on before class. So this guy will import the before class, then you copy this and you write here. So here you just change to the test. Okay, so let's say we have a testng test and we need to import. So once we import the test, then let me make this as test1, let me make this as test2, and then let me make this as after method. After method, yeah, before class add test, uh, and this should be also test. Okay, now how we should write a configurations, which is very important actually. So first we will write here public, we have to make the reference of extend html reporter, extend this class reference. Okay, extend html reporter, first we'll create the reference, keep this as a small. Okay, reference always keep as a small. Once this is done, you come to the before class and you write new and the object of this class. Okay, this guy will take file as an argument, so we can, for time being, we can write extend dot html because we want html file. So our extend report reference has been created, right? Now once this is created, we will create one more public variable, which is extend test, extend test, okay, and we'll create this reference here as a extend test. So this is our extend test. Now we have the reference of this extend HTML reporter and extend test. Now so whatever extend HTML reporter we have, and we will create one more reference called public extend reports, this class reference, okay, and you keep here. So 3 reference I have created now, right? So this extend reports, so if you look at this extend test, this extend test will be equal to extend report dot, and here we can add that, so we can write extend report dot attach report, and here will be this guy, we have to attach this, and this it is saying that extend cannot convert from void to extend report. So let me check that why this is giving issue. Figured out the issue here. We don't need to keep as extend test, you just do extend reports. So whatever reports we have dot attach report, what report, the extend.html, okay, and once this is done, then what we will do is we'll write extend test is equal to the extend reports dot create test, and when we write a create test, okay, we can just write get class dot get simple name, okay. So with this the test will get created. Now here what we will write here is extend test dot log, and here a status dot info, and here we will write in the next line test 1 started, okay, test 1 started. Similarly here we can write test 2 started, and let me print 2-3 times. Here also let me print 2 times, right? So this is in the test. Now what happens is in after method, okay, this is called not before method, we need after method, okay. In the after method we can write some logic, so just place mouse over here, make it as a after method, okay. In after method we want to see what exactly happened to the test, okay, whether the test was pass or whether the test was fail. So let me tell you how we can write the code for that. Let me remove the gap so it will come in one page, okay. So this is your before class, this is test, this is again test, and this is after method. But for that you just write one method public void, and you just write log report. There is one method, you write log report. This method will take I test so we can go for here. There is a class called I test result. Okay, so we can go for this and we'll write result, and then here we'll write if result dot. So we can go for result dot if each success, right? So or we can go for result dot get status. Okay, if this is equal to result, whatever we have, result dot, let's say failure. So this will give you the integer number. If this is failure, then whatever extent test we have dot log, and you write a status dot error, and you just write test is failed. So which test failed? The result on in this result you have a test name, result dot get name. You can go for get test name failed, right? You can write the failed, as well as you can also write so when this error comes, right, we can write dot get test log extend test dot get there is no method called get. Okay, if the method is not there, we can go ahead with the logic which we have written error, and here we can log the report. So what we can write here is the exceptions which we are throwing it. Okay, so to do that, let me tell you what we can do. So we can do here result dot get throwable. So this will print the log also, exceptions also in your report. If, right, same thing, you copy, you put else if let's say if it is a skip, so you say skipped, and you don't write error here, you write dot skip. Similarly, you copy this, you paste here skip, because test will also get skipped, right? Else if it is success dot success. So if it is success, then we just need to write a status dot info, and we can write passed. We don't need this line. Okay, so this method is very important. Now what we can do here is we can just call get logger, sorry, get report, and we can write here. Okay, and this we can call by writing a result. So I have made a separate method, you can keep inside after method also, it's up to you what you want to do. Now your extend report code is ready. Okay, again I will explain you. You need to make the reference of these three class after adding the dependency in the pom.xml which I have shown you. once you make the reference in before class, you need to create the object of all three. You are creating that extend HTML report, and we are supplying the path on which you want to generate the report. Then you do attach report. In this extend reports, whatever you have in this, you do attach report, and you are attaching the extend HTML report which you have created here. And then you write extend test as equal to the extend reports dot create test. So this will create the test for you. Then add test, you write the log. By writing a log, you can write the log. Then after method, I want to know that what is happening with my all the tests. So I've written after method. This after method will take I test result as an argument, which is of test ng type. I test result, see, it's a org test ng dot I test result. Inside that, I have written one method called log report. So this log will report based on the failure, skip, and success. Now we have to write one class called after class. This is before class, right? Similarly, we have to write something called after class, and I will tell you why after class is required. So you write after class. So once we write after class, we have to import the testng dependency. You take this name from here and paste it here. Okay, this is after class. In after class, we have to write only one thing, which is nothing but extend test. uh, Sorry, extend report, not test. Extend reports dot flush. Okay, so whatever a report is getting generated after the class, I want to flush the report, so you just write flush. Now if we run this, run as testng, let's see that what is happening. So I just ran as a testng, and I can see that there is some null pointer which is coming, and the null pointer is coming in the before class. So let us see that it's coming null pointer, and which is coming extend report.java line number 23. So click on that. So here it is giving us a null pointer. Okay, the reason being is when we are calling this extend report, and when we are doing that the attach report, the null pointer will come, guys, because we have not created the object creation is must. Okay, now hoping that null pointer will not come because we are not creating the object and we are trying to attach the report. So right click, run as testng. So let's see that again. Yeah, so both the test is pass. Now where to see the report? I know it took time because I am writing all the code, and when I write the code it will take time. So if you go and refresh the project, so when we refresh the project, so you can see that extend.html got generated. You do a right click and you do open with web browser. So when we open with web browser, and when we take this, so look at this. So we had two tests, right? So I mean the class name was extend report. Inside that we have test one started, then test one started, then passed. It's showing that null passed. I will see that why it is coming null passed, right? So let me go here and do some fine tuning. Why it is saying that null passed, we have to see that. But now our extend report is working fine. Go to this extend test. Okay, so why it is saying that null passed? Because we are doing that get test name. Don't do get test name, let me do get name. Okay, So the get test name is not working, so we'll do a get name, which will work fine for us. And like after method, okay, let me do a before method also. So copy this, so that before every method it will get printed. Instead of after method, you just write before method. Import the before method imports. I'm writing all that so that you can correlate like how this is working. This is before method. Here you write method. Here you have to write a method, and you just write extend test dot log. Yeah, we can write a log. So either we can write a log by saying that status dot info, and here we can write result dot get name plus started. Okay, so now it will automatically will print the test which is getting started. Okay, so let me just write here test login, and just to understand you, and just write test logout. Two tests here we have. Now let me run this. Run as test ng. Okay, got executed, got pass also. We'll go to the extent report and we'll see that this is our extent report. Open through web browser. Open with web browser, or we have already opened. I will go and I'll refresh. So you can see that test logout started automatically. Test 2 started, test 2 started, and test logout passed. Okay, which we can see that the test logout passed. But one thing I'm wondering, why I'm getting report for only one test, because here if you look at in this extent report, we have two tests. Okay, so two tests should run. So in before method we have written this started, and then we have add test, and then we have after method, but we are doing that flush after class. So ideally it should run both. Okay, let me look at the, okay, only one got actually executed, the test logout, but the test login did not get executed. So let me run one more time just to see that why one test did not get executed. Yeah, so now both got executed. Last time there was some problem, both got executed, and if I refresh this, I can see that test login started, test started, passed, and then logout started, test started, started and passed. And this, when you click on this, you can see that one test, 8 steps, this much time taken. And when you click on this dashboard, here you have a status, and here you have a search, so you can search also. This is your extent report, and with this we are done with the extent report. I will share the code to you guys so that you can practice. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this.